let's go over my review of the Ringconn Gen 2 Air. I'm gonna go over my experiences with it, go over the app, talk about pros, cons of it, and then go over all the little things about this ring. And of course, I'm gonna talk about the accuracy of this ring, and then talk about who this ring is for, that way I can help you make an informed buying decision. So when it comes to smart rings, most people think of the Oura ring. And in my experience, the Oura ring was good, but there was one thing that I just couldn't stand with the Oura ring. And that was that you had to pay for your own data, which I thought was really weird. And to be honest, a ripoff. If I'm buying something, I want to be able to just have that data for it. And in my experience, the Ringconn Gen 2 Air has most of the functionality of the Oura ring for a better price. With the Ringconn Gen 2, you don't have to pay a subscription for your data. Once you buy it, you get to keep your own data. Now, of course, there are other sleep trackers and activity monitors, like watches and other wearables, and a ring is the most discreet option you can choose. And that's one of the reasons why I like a ring to monitor my activity and sleep. It's just not in the way of anything. So let's just have a look at the ring itself. It is very light, which I really like. It's not too thick either. You have a look at it on my ring finger. It's not too bulky. And this is the Galaxy silver color, which looks great. I don't have any feeling of anything digging into my skin, which is of course incredibly important for a ring. You want it to be very comfortable. When I first started wearing this, I noticed it for a couple of days and then I just completely forgot about it. And of course, this ring is waterproof. Swimming with it, put it in the shower, no problem at all. And one of the best features of this ring is the battery life and the charging. So I wear an Apple Watch a lot as well, and I can't stand how often I have to charge the watch. The Ringconn battery lasts around 9 to 10 days. As an Apple Watch, depending on if you have the Ultra one, it may last between 2 and 4 days. And in my experience, the Oura ring only lasted 8 days. So that makes a huge difference, especially with sleeping. With the Apple Watch, I always have to take it off before bed and make sure it has enough charge. I just don't have to worry about that with this. And this is what goes with all electronics, wearables. The battery is such a huge part of the product, and having something that lasts so long really does make a big difference. And then the accuracy of the ring. So I found that the Ringconn Gen 2 isn't the most accurate. I found the Oura to be a little more accurate, and the Apple Watch as well, but those still aren't 100% accurate. I found the Ringconn Gen 2 definitely gives you a ballpark estimate. That's really what these wearables should be used for. We're not at the point where these wearables are going to give you the exact data and have the exact measurements. Most people are just getting wearables. They don't have any ballpark numbers for their activity and sleep metrics. So just getting in a ballpark range can already make a huge difference because you can make adjustments to your lifestyle. Would I like the Ringconn Gen 2 to be a little more accurate as far as the activity monitor and sleep monitoring? And again, we'll go over the app so you can get an idea of what this tracks. I'd like it to be better, but the data that it gives though is more than enough for me to have made changes to my lifestyle to make improvements. And that's really the whole idea with the wearable. Also, what I really like about this ring as opposed to some other rings is the standing metric that it has. I'm someone who sits down a lot during the day. Most of my work is on the computer. So having this standing metric and notifications to remind me to get up and move is really important. And of course, a lot of people who are sedentary throughout the day. So I know that will be a very important feature for many people. So let's have a look at the app so you can see what this ring is measuring and how everything is put together. Okay, so we're in the app now. So we're on the main screen, the insights. We'll just go through all the different tabs on the bottom here in the insights. So we'll just go through all the different tabs here so you can get a feel for what this app gives you. So scrolling left and right, you can go in between the days, which is really nice. Also go ahead and click on top and choose a specific date as well. In the insights tab, it gives you all the insights for your data that the ring has collected. So on the top here, we have the wellness balance, and these are just the scores that are collected based on the data that the ring collects. So we'll go ahead and click into it so we can see the scores. We'll go all the way to the left here, start with sleep. You can see the score that it gives you, and it gives you things that were excellent, things that were good, and that's all contributing to your main score. And that's for each of these, from activity to relax status. If you notice in the activity, there's improvables. So that's really nice. It gives you things that you can improve on, as well as the relaxed status and the vital status. So this is just a good overview of how your day was and how your previous night's sleep is. And we'll go to each individual metric here on the insights page. So we have the sleep, again, giving you the score, sleep efficiency, time of sleep, and you can put in your subjective sleep rating, just how you feel. And you get all these stats with the Ringconn, from sleep stages to heart rate to HRV to SpO2, skin temperature, respiratory rate.
So you get a lot of comprehensive data with this, and this all contributes to your sleep score. And we scroll down, we have the activity. Of course, we have the classic rings. It gives you your steps, your activity calories, all day calories, standing, which is really helpful. So you can make sure that you're standing enough during the day, activity intensity, and then the summary at the bottom here. You can always edit these as well. So you can choose which panels you want to see. Okay, then we have stress. Stress is really nice to see. Okay, and then we have the stress. The stress is really nice to see just to see how much stress you have throughout the day. Of course, you may feel the stress that you have, but just having it recorded so you can just look back on it. You can look back on it and see, okay, this was a stressful week. This was a stressful day. And you will have a lot of different metrics for stress, including even sleeping stress before and during sleep, which is nice. Then we have the vital signs. Of course, your heart rate, SpO2, HRV. And what's really nice is that you can actually measure them in real time right now. So for example, the heart rate, we just click measure and start measuring right now. Takes around 30 to 60 seconds. Of course, make sure you have the ring on so you can get a reading at any time. Then we have exercise. So you can just add a workout right here, which is nice. We have a bunch of preset workouts that you can choose from. Then we have notes. So you can always just add notes, just how you're feeling throughout the day or just anything noteworthy and just create a note. Just click the button there to add a title, record the note, and then have hashtag. And you can also add an image as well and a specific time. This is where you can plan your goals. So I have a bedtime and wake up. You can also just add any plan that you want from preset ones or a custom plan. So you can see in the custom if you want to improve your sleep, exercise, behavior, diet, other. So based on the data that you have in the app, you can create different plans that you could follow. So you have so much stress, you don't have enough sleep, improving behavior. So for example, go ahead and do the sleep and you can set when you want it to repeat, target time, and remind you. So you can set specific reminders for just improving your overall health for the specific area of your health that you need improved. Okay, next is the trend section. This is a good overview section to go along with the insights. So if your sleep, stress, activity, vital signs, and note review. So if you just want to see how well you're doing, you can just check back in here. It gives you a 7-day average. And you can also check out the yearly report as well. Okay, and then finally, the settings. So this is where you get your battery life, show that's connected, and adjust further settings for your ring. What's also nice about this is there is a Find My for the ring. So we go to settings, and we go to ring settings, and you find my ring. You can search for the ring, which is really cool. You can find the location, you can light up the ring just so you can see. So that makes it easier to find because it can, of course, be easy to lose a ring if you just take it off in your house and leave it somewhere. So that is an overview of the app, overall insights in the trends page, the ones I use the most. And they just give you a really quick overview of your health. It doesn't necessarily have to be checked every day, but every couple of days, just to give you an idea of how you're doing, how you're sleeping, and then seeing those scores and just breaking down each of the metrics, whether it's through this screen or going through into each actual widget here and just checking to see how you're doing. So you can just see an average of how you're doing with your deep sleep, how you're doing with your light sleep. And from there, you can set plans to improve your sleep or whatever other health metric that you want. So it really does give actionable insights. That's one of the main things I like about this instead of just throwing a bunch of different numbers at you. So that was an overview of the Ringconn app.
So as you can see, you get a lot of comprehensive data with this ring. So what is my final verdict on this ring and who do I think this is for? So if you're looking for the most premium experience possible with a ring wearable, then the Oura would be your best bet. The tracking might be a little more accurate. It has a little bit nicer looking app. The material of the ring might be a little bit better. But the Ringconn Gen 2 is very reliable. And again, they don't hold your data hostage. So you're really paying more with the Oura. And the charging experience with this is great. I love how the docking station, it has a magnet on it so you can just slip it right on really easily. The 2 prongs in front. Line that up with the prongs in the ring, just throw it on and it attaches just like that. So really I would go with the Ringconn Gen 2 Air over the Oura and save your money and spend that on higher quality food and supplements. And who this ring is for, it's really anyone who wants to improve their health. Even if you're not someone who's hitting the gym 6 days a week, even if you're just looking to improve your sleep quality and to understand your sleep patterns a little bit better. This is definitely worth it. Of course, sleep being one of the most important things in your life, the most important thing for recovery, for feeling better, for your mood, for everything going on with your life. So if you're younger, older, male, female, very active, kind of active, want to be more active, this is definitely a reliable ring.